listen to what they say. It ain't real.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel at Life in Ethereal. This video is about energy leaking, energy seeking vampires, and how to maintain, store, and protect your energies, as well as set boundaries for yourself to prevent these things from happening. This is also closely related to energy vampires and monitoring spirits. Some monitoring spirits can appear to be positive and some can appear to be negative, and I'm also going to tell you guys how people throw rocks and hide their hands to get close to you and support you, but in the same time they don't really support you, or they have hidden motives and they don't really like you. See, the thing about monitoring spirits is that it's not always easy to identify them or find out exactly who they are and what their true motives are, but I'm going to give you guys the secrets to my esoteric knowledge. I've mentioned this before in my past or previous videos. Whenever God puts you in a state of isolation and you're going through your state of ascension, and all the things that basically made up your character unraveling themselves, and you're going through a dark night of the soul, so therefore you're gonna have to get rid of close people around you. Well, most of the people that you are close, because everyone doesn't have good intentions for you and everyone's on a different path from you. And I'm going to give you guys a personal experience. I've noticed every time that I've been going through a state of isolation or going through a dark night of the soul or working on myself, and my main priority is myself, I noticed that literally the next day someone from my past, someone that I either knew when I was younger or I had a close relationship prior to, always hits my line or tries to get close with me or find out what I'm doing or closely monitor me. It's not good to give everyone your energy, aka being easily accessible, because once again, it could just be as simple as your attention. These energy vampires, these entities feed off of your attention span as well as your energy, and the first thing they need is you to direct your attention towards them, or even responding to them, or even critiquing them or giving them your input or insight is enough for these entities. So when you're on a solo path and you're working on yourself, you want to closely monitor the people around you and every little interaction between everyone outside from you, and what are they exactly trying to do? Are they trying to support you, start an argument with you, misunderstand you, or enlighten you? And you don't have to take insight from everyone. And I want you guys to sincerely understand this. Everyone's information is not for you to take in. Everyone's path is different. You can believe one thing, but you don't have to be easily swayed, and you don't have to be easily influenced. One of the main things you want to prevent from happening is arguments, conflict. Any form of negative energy is going to drain you, and it's going to stir you from your path, because it's going to put you back in that state of mind of focusing on the external matters or outside forces. You should be focusing on within. And these entities love to get you out of character, because as soon as they get you out of character, they realize that they've infiltrated your energy field. They've infiltrated your aura field. When they can get that close to you to affect you emotionally and cause you to have conflict, you have been successfully infiltrated. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this before, but on Google and as well as social media, it has been said that long-term overdue stress, arguments can lead to disease as well as a faster death. These entities love conflict. They love to get you to overshare and energy leak. Once again, once you overshare, you argue, conflict happens, your energy is leaking. Your energy should be invested in things that are supporting you, benefiting you in positive ways. No, I'm not saying this is easy. This has been the hardest lesson for me to overcome. Is learning when to stay silent, when to play my cards right, and when to say something and when not to say something. Because once again, there are entities among you that want to infiltrate your energy field. They want to infiltrate your energy as well as your life force energy. They want to drain your life force energy because that's the only way that they can thrive, because they don't have a life force energy inside of them that they can successfully ascend from. They need other people's energy to drain, pull from, and cause you stress, dis-ease, pain, mental illness. They like to pull. I want you guys to kind of vision what I'm talking about here. Entities can show up in your friends, family members, neighbors, I don't care who it is. It can be anyone that these entities will shapeshift as or pretend to be, but you always have to remain yourself and remain positive, that you're focusing on yourself and that you're monitoring yourself, because their whole goal is to get you to self-sabotage yourself. That is their whole goal. Their whole goal is to get you to self-sabotage, focus on outside matters, and to get your direction back towards the matrix. I notice every time that I pull away from this matrix, from this world, this 3D matrix, something or someone is always trying to pull me back in the further that I go away. So what you have to do is it's like tug of war. You have to play tug of war with your energy in this 3D dimensional field, because you got to remember, this is a holographic 3D dimensional plane, and the people that are here, they are either NPCs, bots, or they're just like you, trying to get to know yourself, trying to ascend further from this plane and have bigger and brighter things going for themselves. Just so you guys know, you don't have to always engage in conflict or argumentative situations, because once again, you're being infiltrated, you're also being monitored, and the goal is to get you to self-sabotage yourself. Always take the higher route. Always do the best decision, the best choice, even if it makes you look a certain way, because it's not about what other people think about you. It's about you establishing a relationship with yourself that is so strong, a strong foundation with yourself, that nobody can interfere with your internal matters. Nobody can interfere with your personal relationship with yourself. But yeah, you want to give these beings a minuscule amount of information about you as much as possible. And I'm not saying you can't trust anyone, but I would say share information with those you genuinely trust, those that you don't have to question about whether you can trust them, those that don't send any confusion whether you should trust them or not. But in my head, I'm kind of a militant mindset, you know what I'm saying? I have in my head, trust no one, you know what I'm saying? And especially when you want to get somewhere and you really want to work on yourself, you're going to have to really prioritize yourself and limit the amount of exposure to your plans and the amount of things that you make yourself sustainable to, as well as certain beings. Being more attentive, paying more attention is very important, especially to your surroundings, because in a world we live in today, you really have no privacy, you know what I'm saying? And letting someone know just too much about you, it's risky. And that's why I struggle with all these things. I've struggled with trying to be the better person, trying to work on myself, and people always think they know me, or they judge me, critique me. But in actuality, baby, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a version of myself that I want you to see. You know what I'm saying? And when we bring ourselves down to the level that other people are, and we meet them at their level, or we go lower, you're making yourself sustainable to negative things happening to you, negative energies, negative entities, and bad things will happen to you when you keep making yourself sustainable to those situations and environments. You must remember, those people that do negative, hateful things all the time, they're in that situation because they literally have nothing better to do. No, I'm not saying everything is about love and light, because sometimes you're going to have to let up. No, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to defend yourself. But there's always a time and place. And if you're going to make a decision, always make sure you have the upper hand, or you're in a safe situation to make that decision. Ladies, we're going to have to start being more mean. This is our villain era. You have to enter your villain era to really unlock that true potential of yourself. Because always being nice, always being lenient, oh yeah, yeah, we can talk, yeah, we can. No, start saying no. It's okay to say no. You have to start being mean to really unlock your true potential. You gotta start being that. Everybody not gonna like you, that's fine. Because if everybody does like you, you're doing something wrong. Because if you're being your true, authentic self, trust me, everybody's not gonna like you. And you have to dare to be different, and you have to be okay with standing alone. And that's the problem with this generation as well. We have too many followers. Too many, oh, I want to be like, oh, I want to be like. We have too many celebrities, idols. You look up to these celebrities. Don't look up to not now celebrity. You have to look up to yourself. And always remember, the competition is only within yourself. All my videos are to guide you through this spiritual warfare so you can get to where you need to be safely. Get to where you need to be to ascend over others. And not just over others, but over this damn dimension, this whole playing field. We're ascending further than this. We're not stooping down to nobody's level. And must remember that we're in a war right now. And it's the things that you can't see, the unseen forces that are in play that are trying to hinder your growth. And you want to be able to have a spiritual barrier and a form of boundaries and protection around you to prevent these things from overtaking you, drowning you. It's been so many days where I've told myself, I'm not going to argue with this person. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. And I would do it, and then immediately I would feel like I failed myself. I failed everyone. I failed my mission in life. Like, I would just feel so depressed because I gave that person what they wanted. They took my energy, and my energy leaked. I overshared, or now they can put this image of me or this false image of me in the air that's not true, or they can say, oh, you said this, you said that. It goes on and on and on. Once you start, remember, it doesn't stop. And people are going to remember you for the words that you say. And not only that, those words will stick. Words are sharp as a sword. And know that they will live with you, and they will live with that person for the rest of their life. And, it's better, and I promise you it's better to be silent. I promise it's better to be silent than to say things that you're going to regret later. Even if you're not going to regret it, don't say it. Don't say it, because our words have power. Tremendous power. And it's more than just arguing with someone. It's as simple as responding to a DM, liking a comment, responding to a comment, or somebody call you from no caller ID, you answer. No. It's moments like that where we have to catch ourselves. And we have to think, what do I want out of this situation? Because do I want them to understand me? Do I want to come to a common agreement, a mutual agreement? But you must understand, just because someone is being nice to you, they want to come to a mutual agreement with you, or they're reaching out to you, doesn't mean they have the best intentions for you, or if it's even for you. People have selfish reasons. And as well as, you gotta look out for these monitoring spirits that I keep talking about. I got into this argument with this girl, and I'm like, dang, like I got an excruciating headache. I had a migraine. I forgot to do 3 or 4 things I was supposed to do the rest of the day. I mean, it literally hindered my whole day. And I felt like that set me back like 2 days, because now I gotta use the next day to catch up on what I was supposed to do the day prior to. And that's why I say, these beings love to hinder your growth. They love to steal your energy, hijack your energy field, so they can take from you as well as benefit themselves. Another thing I want you guys to realize, that most of these humane problems that we have, such as conflict, are like artificial problems. We create the dumbest conflict over the smallest things, or the most ridiculous things. It's like, what am I sitting here arguing with this person when I could be focusing on myself? I'm sitting here doing this and this and that. I should be all the way over here. We tend to make the smallest and dumbest situations into something that it shouldn't be, when life is so much greater, life is so much bigger, brighter, deeper, when we all have a purpose that we need to be attending to, instead of fulfilling the needs of our bodies and temporary satisfaction. A response is not always needed, because it's better to appear the wiser person than the dumbest one in the room. And I'm not saying people are not going to test you, because you will be tested. But when people notice that you have a certain level of respect for yourself, they have no choice but to respect you. And like I said, if you are tested, you have to do what I've been training you guys to do in this video, what we're talking about right now, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you do have to play the fool. You have to play the fool just to test others, see how far they will go or what mindset they're on. And I've done it, trust. I've always played the fool. I've always played the willy-nilly, oh yeah, okay, you know, naive girl. When in actuality, I was a really smart girl, and I was really testing people and trying to see, what do they think of me? Oh, they really think I'm really that foolish. But you really get to pick people's bluff or see how foolish they are for actually thinking that you're as ignorant as you present yourself to be. And never think that you're too better than others, because I always hear people say, oh, I can't learn anything from you. I don't want to learn anything from you. This person or this homeless person, I can't learn from them. This person, they're not in a favorable position. I can't learn something from them. My parental figures, they always talking to me crazy. I can't learn nothing from them. But you're wrong. You can learn from a fool. Remember that. You can learn from anyone, even if they are not someone that you like, the way that they think is a little off. There are certain things that you can take from them and piece together for yourself. You can take a certain amounts of information to learn from and grow further than that person. You know what I'm saying? You can take a lot of information from someone and grow. You really can. Even if that person is has issues, you know what I'm saying, or not favorable to you, or treat you a certain way, you can always learn. And mind you, this state of thinking is like alchemy. You are literally using the principles of alchemy to get your desired wants and desired things out of life. It's like making something out of nothing. It's like converting one element to another. It's like transferring something else into something else. This is what an alchemist is. This is the power of a true alchemist. This is how you master self, and this is how you truly master life. Think of your two masculine, feminine, light, dark side as the two pillars of Yahin and Boaz. Us as humans, when we all have parts of ourselves that we need to acknowledge in order to be able to ascend. But I know that we're all connected to a higher consciousness, and I know we have certain things that come and sink in our heads some days, like, oh, I was thinking the same thing. Let me give you guys some insight. Something came to me this morning, and it said, you must submit to oneself. You must submit to your inner self in order to truly transcend. So if everything I said in this video is not helping you, hopefully this statement can help you. You must submit to self in order to ascend and transcend. So if you're not listening to yourself, being patient with oneself, like I said, you still need to keep working. And you can work on yourself by either shadow work, journaling. You need to be learning something new every day. This is how you truly reach peace. I always think of balance as mastering the light, the dark, the feminine, the masculine, Yahin, Boaz, sun, moon. We have to master both elements of oneself in order to achieve higher state of being. In order to think this way, you have to learn how to master your dark side. You have to learn how to work with your light side. You can't be too much of one other, and you can't be too much of the other. You know what I'm saying? And when we learn how to truly balance this is how we truly ascend. But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. Hopefully you can learn something from this and not allow others to make you energy leak or transfer your energy or have these entities hijack your energy so you can't serve your greater purpose. Thank you so much.
You don't gotta listen to what they say.